Well, hello, Brie.
Hi, Shannon.
No,
Never
thank you.
call her that. Shay.
Yes, there it is.
Hello.
Hello.
Why is it Shannon on Facebook, bitch?
Because, I don't know. Because my family makes fun of me, and
Why is your porch swing singing by itself?
Jesus,
It scared me. It's the wind.
I was going to say, well, there is this thing outside. It's called a wind.
Sorry, I just got distracted and scared. Anyway, Shannon.
Yeah, because I didn't want my family's weird about it, and he's like, I'm not going to call you Shay. I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, it's just easier because my family are a bunch of assholes, so. I love you, but
they're supporting.
But that's why we all love each other, because we're all. I'm an asshole, so we work
all a bunch
really
of
well
assholes.
together. Trust me, we work very well together.
If you've heard anything I feel about climate change, we're all a bunch of assholes.
It's like how they are being polite, and they've always asked me, like, would you rather me call you Shay? I'll call you that. I'm like, no, you won't. You'll call me it like with some stupid sarcastic tone. So no, just call me Shannon, because I would rather just deal with that than you just being like Shay. Like,
That's
fuck
funny.
off.
That's funny. I can relate to that though. If you grew up calling someone something.
Right. So that's why when it comes to my family, like, it really doesn't bother me. Anyway.
Let's get deep into this topic.
Into
Anyway, speaking of topics.
Yes.
What'd you roll last week?
I rolled me some pop culture, but like last week, even though not last week, I'm sorry, because last week we did the
field trip.
The fieldy trip.
Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Also, do you think Lucy's real?
I know. Yeah, do you?
Sorry,
has anyone else been there? Because I know we have a couple people here that
may have.
I
know some people that have been on the tour, but I never asked them if they experienced Lucy. But I feel like that's something.
Well, honestly, I don't think anybody experienced Lucy like we did.
That's
Brianna.
Very true.
Stranger goddamn danger.
Yeah, you're right.
Never again.
We were just fucking victims.
We were of a victimless crime because there was no victims.
You're right.
Because we were being whatever. Can you move your thing over because you're just speaking into the screen and that's not the actual microphone.
Sorry,
okay.
I think I keep moving it with my body.
It's good, but how do you like the setup?
I like it. We're on the couch.
It's kind of nice.
It is. I do like it.
It's relaxed.
It is very.
You can't see what I'm going to read ahead of you.
No.
And I can't see yours.
You're right.
It's like a little surprise.
It's
nice.
like Battleship.
It is like Battleship.
But you can't see this?
No, because I don't have, first of all, like a giraffe neck.
I'm tilting my.
Oh, you are. Yes. Okay.
Anyway,
so your week was good.
Yeah.
We kind of discussed it off the mic, but it's
off
fine.
the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good week.
Yeah.
My little baby brother graduated college yesterday.
What's he going to do now?
He's just going to be
drown in debt like the rest of us?
Accountant.
Oh, no, he won't
be
then.
fine.
He'll be
I'm
completely fine. Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He'll be the guy that sits across me while I cry into my receipts and ask him how I cannot take a loan out to pay my IRS bill. So, great.
That's not a good situation to be in.
It's mostly my situation, but that's okay. That's okay.
I need to take out a loan to pay my taxes.
Can you help me with that?
Here it is. You'll just owe 3 times what you borrow.
And your credit your credit score sucks. So here's your entrance. Wow. Okay. Well, the reason why I'm already tripping over my words, it's not because I'm drunk, but I got a little hammered last night because I went to the draggy show, which was fucking amazing. So
Where was your drag show?
At the R Bar.
Your drag show.
My drag show. Don't tell anybody.
I just did, bitch.
I know. That was the joke. Okay, moving on. Jesus Christ.
Where was it at?
The R Bar.
The R Bar.
Which is I think it's really. Well, I mean,
it's a great bar.
Do karaoke. So
oh yeah, but that's our karaoke fave.
It is. It's a good
Mainly
one.
when Tony, the karaoke man, was there, but it's okay. They have a new guy, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it's not perfect, but it's not Tony.
Yeah. Well, it was good though. It was a lot of fun.
So
like
good.
I will definitely be doing that more. So.
Hell yeah, drag
Yeah.
shows.
Hell yeah.
I've only been to like
not
2.
doing them.
I need to do them.
Huh?
I need to go to them too.
Yeah. You said you.
Let's go.
We should go.
Field trip.
Another field trip.
Anyway,
good. It's good.
What are we drinking, bitch?
Well, we're drinking
I've said
something
bitch like
that
4 times.
I know you did
already.
That we have deemed. What do we call it? The Love Dragon.
The Love Dragon.
So fucking stupid. But it's only because we took passion fruit puree.
Boo boo boo. Wait, that is not.
I don't even.
The Drake song, Passion Fruit.
Oh, I don't. I thought it sounded like one of those.
Passion fruit mango sorbet. Passion fruit dragon fruit drink.
It's like I close my eyes and he's right there.
Anyway, passion fruit.
Some passion fruit, and then we add like a little bit of water and
because that puree is strong.
Yeah, and a shit ton. Well, I can't tell because the passion fruit kind of tastes like the dragon fruit vodka that we put in there, and so I don't know if I'm tasting passion fruit or it's a really strong drink. But give me 20 minutes and I'll let you know. Yeah, so
it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really masks the flavor of the tartness of the passion fruit, really masks the dragon fruit sweetness. Yes. Dragon fruit vodka. Where'd you get that, Shay?
That has been in my freezer for a very long time.
Oh,
so
perfect.
But it's vodka, so
hashtag no waste.
Yep. Are you giving me snaps?
I'm
Is that what's
snapping.
happening? Okay. Anyway.
No waste,
well, it's vodka, so it's like self-sanitizing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I like to tell myself.
It's in the freezer and it's alcohol. It's fine.
It's fine. So, what did you roll, Brie? After
nostalgia.
20 minutes. Okay. Ooh, nostalgia.
Yeah, I got a good one. And it's also somehow about climate change.
Of course it is.
A little bit. Well, it also is how we're assholes. It's like has to do with.
I'm kind of excited about this.
Oh, we fuck up the world.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it.
I mean,
to even have anything to do with that. I was just like, holy shit.
Well, it's just
I'm gonna research this.
Right. So, but it's just like how my shit was. My
subconsciously,
science things.
it just happens.
But my science one was, it was essentially about murder because it's always going to come back to murder, except this episode for me. It will not. Do I give you a hint? Let's see if you can get it. Okay. Rack.
Rack?
Yeah.
Nordstrom?
No. Nordstrom
Rack?
It's kind of close. Well, not really, but
Rack.
by association.
Pop culture?
Yeah. I'm not going to we're not going to say it for 20 minutes.
Like a rack? Like a rack of ribs? Like a racquetball?
That was just my clue to you. Anyway.
Don't have it.
No, and then that was for the audience too. What?
Sorry.
That was nice. I like that. Remind me to sanitize that when you're sick. It's fine. Okay, so should we just jump into it?
Yeah, I didn't mean to move that with my face.
So we just want to take a minute to tell you a little bit about Anchor, who hosts our podcast for us. And guess what? It's free, guys. So Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast, and they give you everything you need in one place, again, for free.
Everyone likes free stuff.
And you can use it right from your phone or computer. Even your phone, guys. We use our phones for everything. And now you can make a podcast on it.
Absolutely. And they have this creation tool, which is really awesome. So even if you don't need any fancy equipment or anything like that, if you just got a little mic and a little thought in your brain, it has a little creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds terrific. And they'll distribute your podcast for you absolutely for free as well, so it can be heard everywhere. Super painless. It'll go from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to Google Podcasts and much more.
And the best part, guys, you can easily make money from your podcast, which is what we're doing right now.
Right now.
So if you guys want to start a podcast, you totally can. Just download the Anchor button If you're not already listening to us on Anchor, again, it's free. And
Did we say it was free? It's free.
Yeah. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started on your podcast today.
Let me take a little drink.
Perfect.
Of my drink before I get into this.
All right.
I'm gonna begin
pretty
this
excited.
segment with a musical,
Rendition.
not my own. Don't worry.
I would really like
I queued it up. Don't worry. I don't know if I could. After you listen to it, let's see if I can make a rendition.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Okay,
All
that
right.
could be fun.
That'll be real good. I can't
Perfect.
wait to do that.
Okay, let's do this.
Sorry, Shay.
Here we go.
Ring any bells?
I see it. So yes.
Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's the opening to the show Dinosaurs.
Yeah, girl.
Do you remember that show?
I do. And I want to make a nice comment that you are learning not to scream, but still are enthusiastic. Bravo.
Thanks.
Anyway,
I'm pretty bad at not.
you're good at everything, so stop
You're
it.
right. You're right.
Anyway,
Yeah, dinosaurs.
dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Okay, I will admit I watched this more. I watched that sporadically, and by the way, every time I use the word sporadically, I think of the movie Clueless. I'll be seeing you sporadically. God rest her soul. Anyway,
Brittany.
but I didn't watch that on the rig. So, but I
didn't
did,
really either, but I definitely watched.
I watched it later after I was a little bit more. I was a little more older. Jesus, I was a little older. So
Most smartest.
the most
Take
smart.
a picture,
Get a
of that.
Yeah, most smartest.
More older.
Yeah.
Great.
Best damn tapper. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't really watch. I watched it sporadically as well, but I also didn't realize all the things that it's about.
Like, oh, I got it.
Here we go. Okay, dinosaurs.
I don't mean to sigh at. By the way, I do not mean to sigh at climate change. That was just me
not
laughing
about
more
climate
than
change.
anything. I
It's
just want to
just
make that a
about-
note. I'm not an asshole. Anyway, go on.
It's just I didn't realize the show was basically about how it's basically depicting how humans are assholes, but they use dinosaurs to show it.
I think I always would get the shows confused when I would look back on it with The Land of the Lost. Do you remember that show?
I didn't ever watch that
Where
one.
like it was like this Jeep and he was going into the whatever in the
didn't
cave
watch
and
that.
like the ground broke open and then the cave or the fucking thing the Jeep fell in.
Didn't Will Ferrell make a remake of that?
I think he did.
Okay,
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can say anything, and we're like, yeah, no, we made a remake of that like 7 times.
Well, I want to be truthful, Shay.
I know. But anyway,
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
okay.
didn't
So
even
I
know it
think
was
I
a
would
show.
get these confused.
Okay.
Shay, feel free to edit all that out.
Yes.
Anyway,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, Colonel wants to take a dip in my drink.
Well, he does like the fruity.
So, Dinosaurs
Libations.
was it aired on April 26, 1991, and its last airing was October 19th, 1994. So, 3 years.
3 years. Pretty good.
And it was said to be one of the most ambitious shows that was ever made, especially for that time, because of there was
Giant.
because it was so different than
Right.
anything else that was.
I
on
mean,
TV.
it was a ton of costume design and all that stuff.
So
right?
much, and it was a weekly show, and they were
That's
making
right.
up. Yeah, so it was anthropomorphic dinosaurs portrayed. Sorry, they were animatronic partially,
They were,
but they were
I know what
I
you
can't
mean.
read
The
this now.
antho,
anthropomorphic.
no, the
dinosaurs.
anthropomorphic. You had it right.
Anthropomorphic.
But I think you had it right the first time. I could be wrong, but I think you had it right.
Not animatronic.
Well, they
they
weren't
were.
animatronic, but
Oh my god, please delete this.
right, but they were the anthropomorphic. I think that's how you say that. But
I'm just gonna say they were dinosaurs. We're just gonna start there.
I think our audience can conclude they were not real.
Well, yeah.
Mostly because of their costumey
Is this
funny.
word, though?
Huh?
I don't want to look it up.
The Anthropomorphic, I think it's like they're not like how a centaur is an anthropomorphic whatever, because it's not like a real creature.
It is an attribution of human traits, emotions, or intentions to non-human entities.
See?
Look,
but do you understand that I knew
Good
something
job,
in my
Shay.
brain? I'm so proud of myself.
Thank you for explaining that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I didn't know how to say that.
It's fine.
Anywho,
I don't know how to say a lot of words, so it's fine.
Dinosaurs portrayed by puppets, but they weren't just fucking puppets, but I'll tell you more about that.
Yeah.
It was produced by Michael Jacobs Productions and Jim Henson Television, and then it was also associated with Walt Disney, so it was on like ABC.
Right.
So a little fun fact about Michael Jacobs, you might recognize that name. He made Boy Meets World. Yeah, he made Charles in Charge, the Sinbad show.
Remember the Sinbad show?
The Charles in Charge was like 80s.
That silly guy in his parachute pants, screaming at things.
Sinbad. Yeah. I loved that show. He also made a show called
Shaq.
Oh,
never mind. Keep going. Just keep talking. Just keep talking, please. Yeah.
He also made a show called My Two Dads. Do you remember that show?
That sounds really familiar. I don't think I ever watched it.
But it was like about this lady that left her custody of her daughter in the hands of her two ex-boyfriends. That
sounds
weird
mildly irresponsible.
Content of a show.
Yeah.
And
I don't want any of you. Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, weird. But he made that, and then he also made the Torkelsons. Do you remember that show?
No, it just sounds like the Snorks.
It's not. If anyone remembers the Torkelsons, please DM the 30-ish podcast, because I want to know how many fucking people remember that show. It was on Disney. It was about this family of like 12 kids, and they were hillbillies, and they lived in the suburbs of California or something.
So it's just like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Kind of, but like not as hillbilly.
All
they
right.
were like just country.
They're like country bumpkins.
Country bumpkin.
But not like super, like not so like I'm going to eat this raccoon for dinner.
They did that, I think.
Okay.
And all the kids' names had two, like Dorothy Ann was one of the kids' names, and probably Polly Sue. Anyway.
All right.
That's Michael Jacobs. Jim Henson did create the show, though. But he actually died a year before it even aired. And the series is set in an alternate history in which dinosaurs never became extinct.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it is.
My mind has been blown.
I know. It could be an alternate universe, really.
It probably is.
So Henson conceived the show in 1988. And that was according to a New York Times article. And he wanted it to be a sitcom always, and he wanted it to be about a family of dinosaurs. Okay. And until the success of The Simpsons, according to the vice president of the Henson organization, people thought it was way too crazy of an idea to pursue. Because it was about fucking a family of dinosaurs.
With good
Not
moral
fucking
values.
A family of dinosaurs. That was an adjective for my sentence.
Okay.
So in the late 80s, Henson worked with a man named William Stout, who was a fantasy artist and a designer on this animatronic dinosaur feature film called The Natural History Project. Mm-hmm. And
I think I know that one either.
And I guess that him and this William guy just worked together kind of on this dinosaurs concept until the last months of his life. So, yeah, so unfortunately, he died. So the Dinosaurs show follows a life of the family of dinosaurs living in a modern world. They have TVs, fridges, and the only humans around are cavemen, and they're viewed as pets and wild animals.
Sounds
so the accurate. Show what
it
it's
doesn't.
Silly it's hilarious. It's silly. I wish dinosaurs could be our pets. I always used to want a brontosaurus as a pet.
Really? I wanted a Yoshi because I was really into like video games when I was a kid. I still am. What am I talking about?
Yeah, you just were playing one when I got here. Just kidding, you weren't. So the only humans around were cavemen, and they were viewed as pets and wild animals. So this show is about this dinosaur style of thinking, which was, and this was said by, I I watched this like interview, like behind the scenes thing of making of, and this William Stout guy who like designed the characters was saying this. He was like, the show is about this dinosaur style thinking, endless supply of resources that we can use them all at our will. We're the biggest species on the planet. Everything is at our will. That's what I just said. And if it's good for us, it's good for us. And that's all that matters. And that was Jim Henson's vision for it too, to just be these kind of macho, like they're dinosaurs. That's how they think. They run the world. They're dinosaurs.
Well, I remember them being very like. I mean, did you ever watch Home Improvement?
Oh,
it was like the dad dinosaur was a lot like that. I felt like he had like his plaid shirt
the
on.
He was like the man's man.
He was a man's man, and anyway.
So let's get into the characters, shall we? Perfect segue. There we go.
I'm full of the vocab today.
You are.
It's gonna be a rarity. So
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah, sounds like a Power Ranger, doesn't it?
Anthropomorphic Rangers.
It's better than Morphin.
Anyway, it is. That's our show.
Yeah.
So the show centers around the Sinclair family. So there's Earl Sinclair, who's the dad.
By the way,
the big old guy with lumberjack shirt.
It's very 1950s. The Sinclairs.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Well, just wait.
Yeah.
So Earl Sinclair, Fran Sinclair, who is the mother, and then their 3 children. They had a son, Robbie, their daughter, Charlene, and then an infant whose name was literally Baby. That was because
he just said like, what did he say?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You're jumping ahead of me.
I'm sorry.
And also Fran's mother, Ethel. Do you remember the grandma?
I do. Because she hated the dad, didn't he?
She was very grumpy. Yeah, she kind of looked like... But do you remember Monsters, Inc.? She looked like Janice, the one who says Mike Wazowski.
Monsters... Oh, I thought...
Sorry.
I thought you were saying Real Monsters, and that's a different Nickelodeon cartoon.
I'm just blasting you with way too much information.
It is. I love it though.
Culture.
No, but she did look like that, but she also looked like they took the baby puppet and then just made it bigger and put a wig on it. Yeah.
That's basically.
Which good on them. They were like, we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They were intricate costumes.
They were the set design was beautiful. I thought it was really cool.
It was cool.
Anyway, go on.
So the character and family names throughout the series often referred to the petroleum companies or petroleum products. Yeah, so Sinclair, Phillips, Hess, Richfield, BP, Ethel, which was the grandma's name. Those are all characters in the show. I know, never realized
cool.
that.
I never thought about that. That's pretty awesome.
So let's talk about the people in the show, because there's a couple name droppers, if I will.
What?
Is that what you say?
Anyway.
If I will. Anyways, there's a couple. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get into the characters and who voiced these characters. So each one of these characters pretty much had 3 people to do one character. So there was an and like the puppeteer. There was the person like inside the suit, and then there was the voice actor.
But why would you need a puppeteer if you have somebody in the suit?
Because they cannot be talking while they're wearing these fucking suits.
Oh, duh. I didn't think...
Because it's crazy.
I'm a fucking idiot because I was like, don't they just like move their mouth and talk?
No, girl.
They weren't that advanced. Holy shit. Can you imagine? Anyway. But I guess that's the magic of television.
It is. You thought they were real live dinosaurs.
I thought that the actor could just jump in that suit and it just knows its way. Anyway.
No.
But go on.
Shay. So Earl Sneed Sinclair, so the dad, his voice was Stuart Pankin, and his face looked so familiar when I looked him up, and I was like,
yeah.
He's done a lot of voices in a lot of shows.
When I listened to it too, his voice sounds super familiar. I just couldn't.
But his face, from what I remember him, he's from Xenon movies. Do you remember those movies?
He's always like the big
the
guy.
Captain.
The captain.
He's the commander in the Xenon movies.
He's in a lot of Disney shit, too.
He's in so many Disney things.
I know exactly who that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's him.
Fucking Xenon.
And he played the patriarch. Earl Sinclair was a megalosaurus and is depicted as being thick-headed and suggestible.
He was.
He works as a tree pusher at the We Say So Development Corporation. Wow, dude. Like,
Honestly,
they were dropping some hints.
That's actually kind of clever. It's very clever.
Super fun. It's so clever. It's Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's pretty clever. Yeah.
The Muppets?
Yeah.
Anyway. So this is my favorite. So Frances Sinclair, the mom,
right?
Her voice was Jessica Walter, who's the mom from Arrested Development.
Oh shit!
Dude.
I didn't know that.
I was so excited when I saw that.
Shit.
So perfect. And so the mother and homemaker of the Sinclair family, Fran, is mentioned on the show as being an Allosaurus.
Right.
They
have like the
she also looks like a Dilophosaurus, which is like a ducky.
Right. Oh yeah, like the ducky. Not the ducky.
And on rare occasions, Fran wears fuzzy house slippers, and Earl affectionately calls his wife Franny. She also always wore like aprons. She was like a little housewife for sure. Yeah. But Arrested Development mom was the voice.
That's pretty cool.
So Charlene was the sister, and she was her voice was by Sally Struthers, which I didn't know. Who famously plays the daughter in All in the Family.
Shit, I didn't know
and
that.
She's also does a lot of voice acting now. Like she's on American Dad sometimes, and
nice.
She was also on Gilmore Girls. If you ever watched that,
what?
She was Babette the neighbor.
I never really watched it, but you know what? Voice acting is where it's at. I mean,
Dude.
You can go to work in your fucking sweatpants and just be like, say some shit in the microwave. You don't have right into the microwave, where clearly I put my head in several times because I can't fucking talk. It's really fine. Great. Anyway, you know what I mean. And it sounds like a pretty awesome job.
Yeah, I would love to do it.
That'd be pretty cool. Anyway,
we're for hire if there's any voice acting casting calls going on. Okay, so next is Baby Sinclair, and he was voiced by Kevin Clash, who's the motherfucking voice of Elmo. Do you know that?
I did.
You can definitely tell when you watch the show.
Now I can hear it, and it's the same like with the Elmo.
So his legal name is Baby Sinclair, and Baby is a sarcastic and wisecracking little dino. His favorite thing to do is hit Earl, the dad, on the head with a frying pan, and his catchphrases are, "I'm the baby, gotta love me," and "Not the mama, not the..." He would just like hit Dad on the head, and then Earl would always call him Junior. And then, last but not least, Robbie, who I'm pretty sure I had a crush on when I was little, the brother.
For dinosaurs, he was pretty handsome.
He was a sexy dinosaur.
He was, with his Letterman jacket.
Yeah, and his, like, mohawk spikes.
So
he was so cool. And his, like, Converse.
For whatever reason, too, like, I actually thought there was an episode that the mom dinosaur talked to the daughter about sex, but I don't think that really happened.
I did read about an episode where some guy's name was, like, Harry Sexual someone, and they had to talk to the kids about why his middle name, they called him Sexual.
Oh.
Also,
so maybe I'm remembering that right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then also there was another episode where the Robbie is talking to the dad, and he's like, "You're not gonna be one of those land raping executives, are you?" Jesus. Like, they fucking said it. They didn't give a shit, and I didn't realize that. He said like, I saw the video of it. He says like land raping executive.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Damn, Jim Henson.
So Robbie's voice was Jason Willinger.
I don't know him.
I don't either. But he was mainly a voice actor, but he was also a narrator for a lot of shows. Like, if there was ever a narrator in Golden Girls, Friends, Who's the Boss, or Murphy Brown, he was the narrator.
Really?
Yeah. Thought that was kind of weird. And he also did a lot of voices in the Goofy movie.
I love the Goofy movie.
Me too.
It was like, I was gonna say, like, I kind of, that was like one of the only cartoon concerts I wanted to actually go to. Like,
fucking Powerline.
I hope that Powerline comes to my city soon.
What's the first? So stand out.
Yes.
On a butt. Okay, anyway, that's another nostalgia episode.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So now that I talked about the characters, I just want to talk about how the fuck they did that shit.
Yep, go for it.
Because, so it's on Hulu now. This is what sparked this.
Right.
You can watch this show on Hulu. I'm going to fucking watch it now.
Yeah.
Especially to hear all these little themes they
That's pretty
point
cool.
out. So there's actors in like these 100, not the voice actors,
right,
in these 120 plus pound latex suits.
Fuck.
And that was what they were moving around in. And then their heads were separate and they were animatronics. So someone else was like moving it from afar. And then, but then they all had to coordinate their hand movements with how the voice was going. They were two separate people, though.
Years. That's insane.
Isn't that insane? It's crazy. They were
that's
like,
a production.
It was,
that's insane.
They were like, if we knew how much work was going to have to go into it, so we probably maybe wouldn't have done it, but we're so glad we did. But it was like so unlike anything else. So outside of the reoccurring characters, there are a group of dinosaurs called Unisaurs, and they're so yeah, they had some were puppets, some were just like the animatronic suit people. So there's a lot of topical issues that they featured in dinosaurs. That included environmentalism, endangered species, women's rights, sexual harassment, LGBT rights, objectification of women, censorship, civil rights, body image, steroid use, allusions to masturbation in the form of Robbie doing the solo mating dance.
What?
Yeah. Drug abuse, racism in the form of a dispute between a two-legged dinosaur and a four-legged dinosaur. Peer pressure, rights of indigenous peoples, in the form of dinosaurs interacting with cave people. Corporate crime, government interference of parenting, and pacifism.
They covered a lot of ground in 3 fucking years.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that crazy?
Solo mating ritual? That is the most hilarious.
Isn't that ridiculous?
If I ever have children, I would just go.
And they did it hilariously.
I would train them to call it that, and people would be like, "Yeah, so do you ever masturbate, Kyle?" I don't know why his name would be Kyle, but there's like, I don't know what that is, and he's like, "I solo like dance ritual or mate ritual with myself. Do you guys do that? It'd be great." Anyway,
I have a solo mating dance ritual. That's all.
I don't really do what you're doing.
I don't masturbate.
No, I don't.
Hell no.
Anyway,
so here's some examples of some episodes that were controversial.
Sounds like there was quite a few of them.
Yeah, dude. Like all their episodes were. I mean, yeah. I guess I'll find out now that I'm gonna watch it as an adult.
Right.
I did watch one episode the other night, and it was pretty hilarious. Really brought me back.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't slap me in the face with like fucking sexual harassment.
Well, it's like
I don't know.
Anything that was like. Actually, it's not like Adult Swim where they can do whatever and it's like it's meant to be whatever and they can put whatever in it. But if you watch like stuff it was for kids, if you ever watch watch Rocko's Modern Life, it's hilariously inappropriate. It's awesome. Anyway, and even Ren and Stimpy, I know you didn't like that, but anyway, go on.
I did not.
It was so good.
But yeah. I mean, even pick like
anything.
Kids' movies nowadays have adult, but
nothing like what we had, which is amazing.
No, it is. We're lucky. We grew up in the 90s.
We weren't snowflakes. Yeah.
Oh. So one example is in the episode of I Never Ate for My Father. In lieu of carnivorism, Robbie chooses to eat vegetables, and the other characters liken this to communism and drug abuse because he fucking eats vegetables and not meat.
My God.
Yeah, so they're like, yeah. In the final season, The Greatest Story Ever Told references religion when the Sinclair family becomes eager to learn the meaning of their existence. The elders dictate a new system of beliefs, and the entire cast, with the exception of Robbie, abandons science to blindly follow the newly popular potatoism. Now here's the juicy one. So in the series finale of Dinosaurs, titled Changing Nature, it depicts the irresponsible actions of the dinosaurs toward their environment, an ensuing ice age which leads to their demise. Sounds familiar. I I swear I did not mean for this to happen.
It's kind of hilarious that it did.
In the episode, a swarm of bunch beetles are unable to show up and devour a form of creeper vine. Charlene discovers that the We Say So has constructed, which is the company he works for,
right,
has constructed a wax fruit factory called Fruit Co. on the swampland that serves as the bunch beetles' breeding grounds, causing the extinction of the species. Fearing a public relations fiasco more than any environmental threat, We Say So quickly puts Earl in charge of an attempt to destroy the vines, which have grown out of control without the beetles to keep them in check. Earl proposes spraying the planet with defoliant, which causes the destruction of the vines, but also kills off all the plant life on the planet. B.P. Richfield, who I think is like his boss, assumes that the creation of clouds will bring rain, allowing plants to grow back, and so decides to create clouds by dropping bombs in the planet's volcanoes to cause eruptions and cloud cover. The dark clouds instead cause global cooling in the form of a gigantic cloud cover, simulating the effects of what the viewer would recognize as a nuclear winter that scientists estimate would take tens of thousands of years to dissipate. B.P. Richfield, aka his boss, dismisses this as a fourth quarter problem and states that We Say So is currently making a record-breaking profits from the cold weather selling blankets, heaters, and hot cocoa mix as a result of the cold snap. Later, Earl apologizes to his family and Stan for his actions that led to the end of the world. Baby is assured that no matter what happens, they will always be a family. At DNN, I don't know what that is. Anyways, that was the last episode of the fucking series.
That's kind of
Isn't that
Isn't
that crazy?
First of all,
and it was a sitcom on TGI fucking F.
Right? Okay.
So it was exposed to a lot of people.
And
this was in the early 90s.
Right. So first of all, that's super upsetting because
and ironic as fuck.
We're kind of like, I feel like that's the climate right now.
That's literally what's happening literally right now.
Honestly, so did they get canceled or did they just choose to be done with after 3? Did it say at all?
I don't.
Because I mean that just sounds like
I think they just ended it because it was so much work. I didn't hear that it said.
Because I mean I'm just wondering because it just sounds like they knew that they were going to end or because that pretty much seals their fate. So wow, damn.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
That's bananas.
And then I just wanted to, that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Which was a lot.
It's good. It's
but in closing, I wanted to give a little quote by Michael Jacobs. And he was one of the writers and producers.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying you can attack issues much better when the characters aren't quite human. Yeah. Which also all the cartoons that just are like ridiculously political, like they say shit that's true, but like the reason they can say that kind of shit is because it's a fucking cartoon.
It's a cartoon, people, and the thing is though,
people don't take it seriously,
which is a problem. But at the same time, it makes people listen to it and they go hopefully down hopefully either they think about it again and they're like, oh wait, but that's actually kind of true. Where you get something like a serious whatever, they're just like, oh, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to listen to it. Yeah. They don't retain it for whatever reason. Yeah. Which I find interesting as well.
I know. But I just feel, I just thought that was really fucking crazy.
That's
that it just
really
brought
crazy.
It full circle.
Now
and all I wanted to do was talk about dinosaurs
series.
because.
I need to watch that series though.
Yeah. It's on Hulu, guys. You can watch it on Hulu now. #dinosaurs. My earphones are falling off.
It's fine.
But yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to try and put my earphones on.
Okay. Now it's my turn. So, do you want to take another crack at that guess that I...
What did you say?
I said the...
Rack?
Rack.
No.
It's pop culture.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll give you another one.
Okay.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon? Spice Girls?
I love it.
Slam it to the left.
Okay, so again, this is why I felt I was cheating a little bit, because it's kind of nostalgia, and I almost actually did this one instead of Power Rangers at one time.
They're going on tour. It's fucking
Oh, well, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. So, again, it's like me cheating a little bit, because honestly, I just like crime and I like nostalgia, period. I don't like being in the now.
I don't know how to be in the present.
No, I still don't. It's fine. It's not fine, but I'm getting there. Anyway, so the Spice Girls. So I'm gonna give like a little bit of everybody knows who the fucking Spice Girls are, but whatever. I'm doing it because I'm trying to be thorough. So they were formed in 1994 out of Britain. The group is comprised of Melanie Brown, Scary Spice,
Mel B,
Melanie Chisholm, Sporty Spice, Emma Bunton, Baby Spice, Jerry Halliwell, Ginger Spice, and Victoria Beckham, which when she was with the Spice Girls, Victoria Adams, Posh Spice.
That's who I was because my hair was short.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wasn't posh at all. I was a little tomboy, but my hair was short. I would imagine
you actually being like fucking either Sporty Spice or Scary Spice.
No, everyone else. I wanted to be Scary Spice.
Well, because you're like in your face and you're very not abrasive, but
I am.
No, you're not.
I was all over the place, like scary, like what?
But just like just speaking your fucking mind.
Yeah, well,
that's what
I
loved about. That's what I loved about Mel B. I love that she had to be. It's like that episode of Pin 15.
She was the quietest one. She didn't say anything. She's saying like one thing.
Yeah, but she was. It's like in Pin 15 when they all played Spice Girls, and then she was like, I don't want to.
The helper.
Yeah, the helper. And she wanted to be Posh Spice, though. See, she wanted to be Posh Spice. Anyway, the side note, though, which I didn't know this, so hopefully you'll get to hear things that you didn't know before, but who knows. Anyway, so they didn't actually pick their nicknames. Did you not know that?
No.
Okay, so those the nicknames came from Peter Lorraine, who ran a UK magazine and TV show called Top of the Pops in the 1990s. And apparently he devised the nicknames for a feature story on the group that ran in July of 96. And according to the Spice Girls, he and his staff came up with them just out of convenience. Because Mel B is actually quoted in, I don't know what interview it is, but she was like, yeah, because he couldn't be bothered to learn our fucking names. That's
what he felt about them,
right? So it just stuck. He made up the names. They didn't even make it up for and just gave it to him. So and then they just stuck.
And back in the 90s, if you were in a band a fucking pop band, you were just like, just
go with all the trends. Yep. So the group initially was together.
That's how it is now too. Yeah. Anyway.
The group initially was together from 94 to 98. So it's really just fucking 4 years.
That was a lifetime.
Right? But really they weren't active until 96. So really only 2 years is when they were in the actual circuit, which is insane, right? To me it always felt like 5 or 10. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I guess when you're that age, it's like it's that
whole fucking life.
With that, and it's that actual paradigm where it's just like you can't wait to grow up, and like every year feels like 5, and now every year feels like a minute.
It's 4 seconds long.
4 seconds, you're like fuck. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah, so in that time span, they released the album Spice and Spice World, and then Jerry left the group in 98, and the rest of the girls released their last album Forever before they went on hiatus of December. Forever. That wasn't on that album, but good try. Forever was an album. Viva Forever was a song.
Oh yeah, on the Spice
Trust
World.
Me, girl, I was fucking obsessed. So
oh my god.
So they released the album Forever before they went on hiatus, and they called it at the time indefinitely. In December of 2000. So, here's the timeline.
Until now.
So the family management team, Bob and Chris Herbert of Heart Management, decided to create a girl group to compete with the popular boy bands, such as Take That and E17, both who I don't know who the fuck are.
Take That!
Which I'm sure it was a UK, whatever. So they were wanting to just kind of get into the game and just yeah, all right, well, this has been a popular formula. Let's just throw some fucking vaginas in there and let's see what happens.
Throw these hot bitches in there.
Exactly. So
And some platform fucking shoes.
Which they brought those back. So the boy bands had dominated the pop music scene at the time. So that's why they wanted to do this. So they took out an ad in a magazine called The Stage, and 400 hopefuls turned out during the 2 rounds of auditions for a new girl group in 94. The magazine ad for the auditions read, "Are you," and it was spelled the letter R and then U, 18 to 23, with the ability to sing/dance. Are you, again, like spelled like that, streetwise, outgoing, ambitious, and dedicated. Can you read good too? Dedicated. So I don't really understand why the streetwise is in there. In case this doesn't work out and we got to send you to some shady pubs, are you streetwise and can handle a butterfly knife? That'd be great. Jesus.
They didn't want them to be like little
probably
cutter
They
girls.
probably just wanted.
They wanted some.
But they did.
Hood hoochie mamas.
But they did want cookie cutters. Just
they
you
did.
wait.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. So, I had to take a drink of my.
So Spice World is basically a real movie about their upbringing.
Just. You know what? To be honest,
kinda.
Because I wasn't really gonna go obviously into the movie because I can't go through every little thing because it would take us 4 hours. But when I watched Spice, I mean, it was a terrible fucking movie. But
I beg to differ. It's still amazing. It's hilarious.
I loved it as a kid, and I loved it even like when I was a teenager secretly. But it was bad. But I loved it because you got to just watch your favorite fucking people, like your favorite band, and it was like they were like real
just
people.
Hanging out with their best friends.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. And you just threw some really bad little alien costumes in there. It was great. Where he signed his boob, wasn't it? Like he signed his. Yeah, I can't remember. No, he signed his stomach. That's right, it was.
Yeah.
Signed his big old belly. But no, I always thought I always was like, nope. This probably didn't happen how they do, like where they get all mad at each other and they're like, everyone stop fighting. They don't talk like that at all, but whatever. And they go to their like separate little whatever and their homes and they're like reminiscing and they're going back to like when they were all in like this house together. I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous. They probably had it all written out for them. That's the dumbest thing. But when I kind of read through this, I was like, oh, actually that scene probably was the closest thing probably to be truthful. I mean, I know, I bet you a lot of their rehearsals and stuff were pretty true. But I actually was like, that actually was probably on the nose, which was pretty cool. Anyway, random side note. So, after several weeks of deliberation, Victoria Adams, Melanie Brown, Melanie Chisholm, and Michelle Stevenson were among 12 women chosen to a second round.
Michelle Stevenson.
Yeah. Just wait.
Oh.
Just
she's the pregnant friend.
She's the pregnant
in Spice
Chinese
World.
Friend. Oh my god, that was so stupid. So after several weeks of deliberation, Victoria Adams, Melanie Brown, Melanie Chisholm, and Michelle Stevenson were among 12 women chosen to a second round of auditions in April. Jerry Halliwell also attended the second audition despite missing the first. Like she was up in Spain or something on a ski trip or whatever.
Oh, she just got to come back?
Well, she like pretty much figured out where the second round was and was determined and came and was like,
hell yeah, Ginger, get it, girl.
And I think there actually was a few more names that were in it, but then they were kind of rearranged and like, oh, this person is going to get pulled from this group because we think they're better as a solo act, and so then Jerry got the chance to be part of the group. And I think the same went. I think the same went for either Victoria Adams or Mel C. I can't remember. But anyway, so it became these 5. And through the second round, these 5 made the cut to form
Spice Girls.
Nope. Touch.
Ew.
Yeah. Right? First of all.
Touch?
Really?
Let's hear it for Touch.
And try not to touch yourself, gentlemen. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So, right. So the group moved into a home together and started to record. One of the songs they recorded, Sugar and Spice, would be the source of their final band name. And a few months into the training period, some sources say Stevenson some sources say she was fired from the group because she just didn't like how like she called it baby pop or pop, like super 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 pop, and she was just having there's some sources say that she was having like difficulties with the, not so much the band members, but like the management. It doesn't give a whole lot of detail. But then the other story is that she left voluntarily to help her ill mother. So whatever the story is.
I thought you were going to tell me some fucking crime shit happened.
Right? I know. Wouldn't that be hilarious if that had happened? No, she died. But whatever the story is, Emma came and replaced her. So they had a vocal coach, and she suggested Emma
replaced
Bunton.
her.
Emma. So now they're
Baby Spice.
Baby Spice. So Emma Bunton replaced her. It was also during that time that Holloway came up with a band name Spice. However, an American artist had already had that name, so they just added girls at the end. Thus, finally forming the band
Spice Girls.
There it is.
That was very, very off.
Again, it's like I close my eyes and I'm there.
You know what my favorite fucking song was?
No, let me guess.
It's, you know it.
Is it from the first album or second album?
The second.
Too much.
No.
Really? Stop?
I guess it's my second favorite
Is it
song.
Stop?
No.
No? Is it?
'Cause a lady is a vamp, she's a vixen, not a champ,
Jesus.
she's a da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's right. It's the last one.
Come about this place, you bet.
Yep. I forgot about that song. So
I love that song.
I did
But
not. That was
Say
actually
You'll
one
Be
of the
There
ones.
is my absolute favorite.
That's because it was the best fucking song.
So good.
It's so good.
A little.
Yeah. It's really good.
It sounds exactly like that. Okay.
Just like that.
I feel like we're recording while we're sitting on
I
these
know.
couches. This is nice. I
kinda
mean,
nice,
we
right?
are recording.
I'm like, well, we are.
I feel like
I mean, it's playing. It better be playing.
Oh, shit. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, it's playing. Okay. Jump to 1995. So, when Hallowell, Mel C, I don't know why I wrote down just Jerry Holloway's last name. That was weird. Mel B, Mel C, Emma, and Victoria realized that the Herberts, that was the media company that managed them.
The Hubbards?
The Herberts, I believe, wanted to when they realized they wanted to totally control their images and didn't want them to have any part in writing the songs. They protested, which I did not know that they had any part writing their songs. I really didn't know that.
I didn't either.
And I looked up all their discography, and every single song they had a part in writing it, which I had no fucking idea.
Hell yeah.
Which is really fucking awesome. And
I love it.
not only that, but like where you see a lot of them now that they have like 16 fucking writers, they only had like 3, which I know is still a lot because it's not all their original music. But the fact they had a part in every single one, and
all of them?
All of them.
Every single
one. I think there was one on their last album, Forever, where Victoria.
Yeah, go figure. She didn't do shit.
We don't mean to be a she's not even in the fucking tour. This one, actually.
Yeah. She's too busy making love to her sexy husband.
Yeah, she's doing just fucking fine.
She's okay.
She won. Okay.
Yeah,
she fucking won.
She did. Emma, I follow Baby Spice on Instagram.
I feel
she
like
looks exactly the same.
She does.
And her husband's also very hot. And she met him on tour. Like, he came, like, on tour when they were on tour or something.
Right.
And they met, and he was, like, one of her fans.
Oh, that's cute.
Fell in love.
They fell in love.
Anyway.
With her little platform shoes.
I want to wear those.
I know. Everybody did. Anyway, so they realized that the Herberts were trying to sign them into a shady management contract.
Good, smart fucking girls.
And they left. So
fucking girl power.
Some sources claim that they also, in order to keep in control of their work, they stole the master recordings and all of their discography from the fucking management offices and shopped their demos around to different management companies for 6 months until they finally signed with Simon Fuller in March of 95. Fuller would be the manager who eventually got them the record deal that led to their superstardom. And if that isn't the definition of fucking girl power, I don't know what is.
That is fucking And they were like,
so they weren't
all together.
They were not this cookie cutter girl band that I actually thought they were until I researched this. Like, I thought, like, oh yeah, no, they were just this manufactured, like, and I don't know anything about NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, but something like that, where it was just like, it's pumped out.
NSYNC is real.
And they might be. Now that I'm reading this, who knows? They might be. I don't know. I haven't researched them, but I didn't think that they were up. Like, they really were. They walked and they talked it. They weren't told just to do whatever. They were like, no, this is what I want to write and this is what we want to do. And I don't want to be put in a slinky little dresses, which was what they wanted to do to them. They just wanted them to just be fucking cash cows for them. And they just wanted them just to be like this fucking eye candy. They wanted them all to dress the same and be uniform. And they didn't want them to write their songs.
And
they're
like, so
you go
awesome.
Fuck yourself. To the fact that little Baby Spice was a part of probably stealing their fucking work, and they're like, nope, I'm gonna take this and we're gonna go.
Hell fucking yeah.
That was very cool. I thought that was very awesome. So
that's so badass.
They really were the definition of girl power, which I think makes them even more of an inspirational group. So jump to 96. So it was reported that Wannabe was actually written only in 20 minutes. And then I think a producer said that
they made up a lot of words.
Yeah. But the producers said, like, it took probably longer to figure out how it was going to sound, but they wrote it in 20 fucking minutes. So it debuted in June on the UK charts at number 3, and it climbed to number 1 while the girls were touring in Japan.
What year is this? 95?
96.
Okay. So Wannabe didn't even get to the charts till 96?
They didn't write it till 96. They were formed in 94, and they didn't really get anywhere until 96.
What?
Right? Isn't that weird?
That's so weird.
So, where was I? Okay, so the song proved to be a global hit, hitting number 1 in 31 countries and becoming not only the best-selling. I should put that there. Yeah, not. This doesn't work. Yeah, this is better. The song proved to be a global hit, hitting number 1 in 31 countries and becoming not only the best-selling debut single by an all-female group, but also the best-selling single by an all-female group of all time. In November,
yeah.
Right? So in November, the Spice Girls released their debut album, Spice, in Europe. The success was unprecedented. Anyway, the success was pretty much compared to Beatlemania due to the sheer volume of interest in the group. In 7 weeks, Spice had sold 1.8 million copies in Britain alone, making the Spice Girls the fastest-selling British act since the Beatles. So,
that's awesome.
Right? So in February of 97, Spice was released in the U.S. and became the biggest-selling album of 97 in the U.S., peaking at number 1 and was certified 7 times platinum by the RIAA. I don't know what that means, for sales in excess of 7 million copies. In total, the album sold over 28 million copies worldwide, becoming the best-selling album of all time by an all-female group.
Hell yeah,
awesome.
Sisters.
I know, it's crazy.
I love them.
Right? I think it's pretty fucking cool. So, where am I?
Where are they now?
Where's who?
Where's Waldo?
I mean, where's Waldo? Where is he? Okay. So in November. I'm going to take one of these off. Okay. So in November, the Spice Girls released their second album. I'm getting really tongue-tied. Jesus. Oh, my word.
Tongue-tied.
It's getting a little parchy. So they released their second album, Spice World. Huh?
Parchy?
Parchy. I think it's because that's just making my mouth dry. The album was a global bestseller. It set a new record for the fastest selling album when it shipped 7 million copies over the course of 2 weeks. Gaining favorable reviews, the album went on to sell over 10 million copies in Europe, Canada, and the US combined, and 20 million copies worldwide. He made little cuppies. Okay, so on November 7th, the girls performed Spice of Your Life in 97 at the 97 MTV Europe Music Awards and won awards for the best group. After this performance, the Spice Girls made the decision to take over the running of the group themselves and fire their manager, Simon Fuller. The firing was like front page news around the world. Yes. And many commentators speculated that Fuller had been the true mastermind behind the group, and that this was the moment that the band had lost their impetus and direction. So, according to their various autobiographies, it was mainly Jerry and Mel B who pushed for Fuller's dismissal, claiming that he had become too controlling by restricting their personal and artistic freedom. The group quickly found the burden of managing themselves time-consuming. No shit. For like a fucking multi-million-dollar group. So they assigned various responsibility to each member of the group. Mel B responsible for tour control. Jerry was for sponsorship. Emma was for personnel, schedule, and charities. Victoria for merchandise and finance. And Mel C for record company, singles, and formats. But they later built their own team headed by Nancy Phillips to deal with their affairs because...
that was a lot of shit.
It was a lot of shit. So, also in 1997, Spice World was released. Your favorite movie.
I went... Time out.
Yeah, go for it.
For my second grade... So, how old are we in second grade? Like 9?
About 9.
8? I think it was my 8th birthday party.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can figure out how old I was.
You could.
Anyways.
You did that once. And it was a disaster.
Yeah, it was about my 8th or 9th birthday. Mm-hmm. And we went to see Spice World with 4 of my friends, and then we also went with my sister and 4 of her friends because her birthday's 2 weeks after mine. And then we came to my house, and then we both made up separate Spice Girl dance routines, and then we had a competition, and I'm pretty sure
did you win?
We won.
Who were you? Can I guess?
I was Posh Spice.
It's so funny.
Sucks because she never sings anything.
Which actually,
so I just had to be like, I have short hair.
It was really funny though because she actually makes there's a couple interviews where she talks about she was joking, and I think whoever did the interview took him seriously, and like it was like a fact for a while that but it wasn't a fact, that she was like, yeah, no, they probably turned my microphone off and whatever, and then it became like this really horrible rumor, like, oh my god, they actually turned her fucking microphone off, and she was like,
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, and she was like, it was a joke. I know I don't talk a whole lot, but I am fucking funny. So I don't think she said that, but
so I was so self-conscious of her because I knew she didn't even sing. Right? They had to shut her microphone off.
They just shut her microphone.
And I just wanted mine on.
Did you ever listen to her her solo one?
Her solo album?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's.
She had a solo album?
They all did. I mean, a lot of them.
I guess they
still do it, but she, I don't think I ever listened. I think it was more like R&B kind of stuff. It wasn't horrible.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to have to Spotify that real
You should do that.
Real quick. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Let's be Spotifying Victoria Beckham's album.
Perfect. I think there's like a panther on it or something. I know, it's weird. So in the United States, Spice World became a box office success and broke the record for the highest ever weekend debut for Super Bowl weekend, with box office sales of close to $10.5 billion. The film grossed $151 million at the box office worldwide, and over $100 million including DVD sales. So despite being a box office success, though, the film received pretty negative reviews.
Yeah, but it was. I loved it. Yeah, I still love it. I'll still watch it today.
It was who they were doing it for. They weren't doing it for fucking to win a fucking Emmy.
No, they were doing it for us fans.
They were doing it for the fans.
And they were just like best friends, and they had their little trials and tribulations, and they all came back together and jumped over a bridge in their double-decker tour bus.
And they just had this weird birthing
stuck
scene.
It to the man.
And it was weird, and yeah. It was very bizarre.
Their pregnant friend, they helped her have a baby and
it was
shit.
Very bizarre.
It was a good fucking movie.
It was just bizarre. So also during this time, the merch is like everywhere. So with the official Spice Girls branding on hundreds of different products. So they became the most merchandise group in music history. So the Spice Girls brand reportedly produced...
to this day?
I think so, yeah. Damn. I mean...
I guess that makes sense.
Their faces were on everything.
They were.
I mean, they really were it was like Beatlemania. And if I'm pretty sure if the Beatles were done in this time, they would have the same kind of thing. Merchandise would be everywhere. It is, but you know what I mean. The scale that it was. Mm-hmm. So the Spice Girls brand reportedly produced over 3.8 million worldwide through just merchandise in 1999 97, and it's estimated between 96 and 98, like during their heyday, the Spice Girls grossed about $500 to $800 million, making them one of the most successful marketed groups ever. So during the course of they almost generated probably close to like $800 million. It's almost like a fucking $1 billion.
That was like they were together for what, 3 years?
3 years, and really 2.5, because really
they didn't even get popular till
it was only because Jerry left in 98. So I guess I did say that. So yeah, 98. Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy. Nuts. Like that empire is insane. Yeah. So they literally were like an overnight sensation. So from Pepsi, did you ever watch that Pepsi commercial?
Yes, I loved it.
It was so hilarious.
The Generation X one,
and they just said Generation X all over again, like just over and over again. So from Pepsi to bikes to dolls, which I had that shit. I got like the little set for Christmas. It was
all of them.
Yeah, like it was like a big box, and it was like all the Barbies of them.
Oh my god!
Did you have those?
Hell no! I wish I did.
I had them.
Parents wouldn't get that.
So they had.
I did have a Spice Girls T-shirt.
Did you?
I didn't have a T-shirt. And a VHS cassette.
Whoa.
VHS video. Cassette.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I got like the thing for Christmas.
Wasn't it a pink stage?
There was a pink. I didn't have all the fucking.
No, but like the box.
It might have been. I don't remember it.
I don't know.
Wow. You must have really wanted it.
I think that I'm making that up.
Well, you might have probably not been off. I mean, I guess that's really like
someone
saying,
had a neon green dress.
I can't. It probably was like Jerry or something. I can't remember. I just remember because you got baby, like she had like the little platform boots and they were white and But yeah, we got it as me and my sister got it as like a joint gift. But we're like, we all know who this is for. It was for me. Rachel didn't give a shit, and I was honestly, I will always kind of go back to that Barney scenario that happened. I was too old to be needing Barbie dolls of Spice Girls. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm gonna be honest.
We all get toys,
but
that we're too old for.
Oh my God, that's like saying like everybody dies. No, I mean, well, yes, but like, Jesus, it was.
That does happen.
It does happen.
True statement.
Anyway, so I had those dolls, but I didn't really have any clothes. I had like I think the Spice World poster that came with the VHS.
You didn't have clothes, but you had Spice Girls dolls. Is that what you just said?
Yep, I just ran around naked, and I was like, "Thank God I have my Spice Girl dolls. Thank God. Maybe her little tiny dress will fit my big toe, and I won't be so cold anymore." Anyway,
it'll help. Something.
So from Pepsi to bikes to dolls to video games, which I had that one as well. I forget.
Was it like Game Boy?
It was a super weird. It was a PlayStation game, and it was pretty much like Dance Dance Revolution. That's all it is. You move like you had different combos on the controller to like make them do different dance moves, and you get it was so fucking stupid. I think I played it once. It was, but I just
they come out with a Spice Girls dance like fucking video game.
They probably would sell really well, but like honestly, that would sell. But I don't know what I was expecting off a PlayStation game. Like, did I expect like they were gonna like, okay, you have to like run through the city and like to get to your concert on time and watch out for these crazy obstacles.
They should have made one after the fucking movie.
Which that would have been a good one.
Because they went through a whole lot of obstacles to get to that final show or to get to their friend.
It was the final show. No, it was the final show because the baby happened and then Posh drove and she was the hero.
Do you remember the commercial for the movie and they're all in like the like movie theater bathroom? And they're like,
what?
Does anybody have any toilet paper? And I loved it.
I really hope.
That's all I wanted to say, toilet paper.
Don't remember that at all.
Toilet paper for the rest of my life.
So they had clothes and they had deodorant as well. That was another weird one.
What?
But there's
Team
also
Spirit?
Right. So I don't think the microphone's gonna fall off. That's why I was looking at it.
Sorry.
I don't know if it was actually deodorant because I couldn't like I couldn't verify it, but I think it actually wasn't deodorant. I think it was perfume. So I'm sure it was something that Victoria Adams made. Like, so you could smell like the Spice Girls, and I'm pretty sure it smelled like the nastiest cotton candy bullshit you could get at Bath and Body Works.
Just a bunch of baby prostitutes.
Yep, exactly. You smell like a baby prostitute. Thank you. You name it, they had skin in the game. Pencils, stationery, fucking like crackers, like Christmas crackers, like the UK like released some stupid
spice crackers.
Yeah, like chocolate bars. Just everything. They had their face on it. So that's why they probably got to that $100 million mark. So, and through their time to get through the five of them, with the five of them, they have won 82 awards and have been nominated 114 times. But
damn,
they have, despite how popular they were, they never won a Grammy. So,
and they wrote their own fucking shit.
They wrote their own shit, Right? Yes, I know some other shit is way better written, but who cares? Like, honestly, they never, for as popular as they were and how like empowering as they were, like they never won a Grammy.
They didn't need a Grammy.
They don't fucking need it, but I'm sure they would have appreciated it though. Yeah. They probably would have appreciated it.
That's a Drake song.
Perfect. So they produced a total of 9 number 1 singles in the UK. And mind you, 2 years. 2 years they produced 9 number 1s. So in just roughly 2 years, they had just built this colossal empire. And then 98 came.
Good thing they stuck to their guns and were like, fucking girl power, bitch.
Yeah, they really did walk their talk, which is awesome. So,
yeah, that is nice to hear that. Yeah. Oh, for once, someone we looked up to.
Yeah.
They were actually legit good people.
Pretty much the only manufactured part was them going to an audition, and that was it. And then they just took off to the races. So
that's fine.
In 98, Jerry departs. She states it was for a variety of reasons, but what she says, what the final the final straw, was that she wanted to do something on her own, something like without him, and it was something to do with breast cancer, and she was told she couldn't.
Weird.
Some sources say it was Mel B that told her that she couldn't. And there was like some weird rumors that it kept popping up that her and Mel B were like more than just friends. And to Mel B like even says something like it happened once and it was whatever. And I was what the fuck?
That's recent pop culture.
It is.
Also, I don't know if you remember hearing about this, but I always heard that Jerry was a like cross dresser. She was a tranny.
I heard that too. That was all like a horrible rumor as well, but I never believed it. But I always heard that rumor. Like, she's a fucking tranny.
Yeah, when we were little, and I was like, she's a boy.
Yeah, because she was just so fucking outgoing, and she didn't really give a fuck, and she was just like, sometimes it felt like she was a caricature, like she was just over the top, but. She was just like, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. And this kind of says it too. Like, she was like, I just felt like we were going in different directions and I wanted to I want to do this thing by myself. And I wasn't allowed, quote unquote, to do that by myself. We had to do everything together as a band. And I just didn't agree with that.
Well, good.
Yeah. So she left. But at the same time, she left like right before they were going to go to the next leg of their tour for America, like North America. So it was kind of fucked up what she did. But she did apologize, even though she was like, there's really nothing to apologize for. And we were all young and everything else. But she's like, but I did apologize. Because,
maybe her and Mel B had a falling out.
Maybe.
Maybe
had they were fighting. I don't know. So, anyway, they release an album, Forever, and then go on hiatus after she leaves. I'll talk about that after I get all done with all these little notes. Okay, so in 2007, so jump to 2007, they're on hiatus. But they do one more tour altogether. So Jerry comes back into the picture.
And Victoria?
They're all, yeah. So in 2007, they do one more tour. And they say, this is the last time we're going to do it, like, all 5 together. This is the last time. But they actually ended up cutting that tour short, which is kind of fucked up. They said due to some personal family matters. So, but in 2012, they performed at the Olympics closing ceremony. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
You should watch it. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, so all 5 of them are there, and they perform at the closing ceremony, and their performance received a great response from critics and audiences and became the most tweeted moment of the entire Olympics with over 116,000 tweets on Twitter per minute. when it was happening.
Per minute?
Per minute.
Oh my!
I mean, that's
God.
who they. That is like they were pop culture. They were this phenomenon. They were this force. But that would be like if the Beatles fucking did that. And who can say? Nobody else can say that. Not even Beyonce can say that.
That's powerful. I don't realize that.
Yeah. So
damn, Spice Girl.
Right. So now, I love how you're just like playing with the microphone. So on the 5th of November. 2018, the Spice Girls announced a reunion Spice World UK 2019 tour, but without Victoria, who declined to join due to other commitments regarding her fashion
I'll take
empire.
her place.
Right?
Maybe this is my time, Shay.
Right? Just get up on there. Yeah, you just cut your hair off. You're like, I played her for the entire time I was a kid. I know exactly what to do.
I know all the words.
I'll just lip sync, right? That's what she does, right?
I know everything
just
she
kidding.
says.
We know that she doesn't
says the
do
part
that.
in...
She doesn't. And I know most of the parts because I always would try to listen for her because nobody. You're right. She would only have a handful of parts. Like, I think in Wannabe, she's the only one that does not have a solo part.
She doesn't.
And To Become One, she has actually a couple.
She has like the most in that song.
She does because I think she just has this quieter voice than the rest of them. Yeah. So she just has this quieter voice. Exactly.
I've like eaten this whole microphone today.
And that's the reason why I wanted to listen to her solo albums. I'm like, what does she actually sound like?
I have it queued up.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
But anyway, so she declined to join due to other commitments regarding her fashion empire, which is fucking fair. And maybe she's like, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not a singer. I'm a fashion designer.
Yeah, fuck off. So
obviously, look at me.
But she wishes to. But she posted it on her Instagram. She's like, I wish them the best. I'm in a different chapter of my life, and but I wish them the best. I hope they do phenomenal.
But that makes me mad that she couldn't just fucking do it.
I know.
You can't just fucking do it.
Right? Just show
for
up
for 4 fucking months or whatever.
Just do it for the fans.
Her voice probably sucks.
Dude, well, this has turned into I'm just gonna call this just bashing Victoria. That's what this episode is gonna be called.
The title.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Victoria Beckham. I loved you.
You're just mad because you just wanted to be Baby Spice, and that's why you're more upset.
No, I wanted to be Scary.
I'm sorry, Scary Spice.
Let's make sure we get that right.
Sorry.
Baby was number 2 for me.
Yeah. I always wanted to be Baby Spice. No, actually, that's not true. I wanted to be Sporty Spice all the time. Because she just ran around in fucking tracksuits.
She's like, oh, yes, oh, yay. Hi, y'all. I see ya. Hold tight.
Well, if we did have any British listeners, we don't have them anymore. So it's fine.
They left.
Yeah, they left a while ago. So, however, the group has stated that she will always be a Spice Girl. This is going back to Victoria. She will always be a Spice Girl and are still hopeful that she might be open to join at some point during the tour. So they want to keep that door open for her. So if you want to come.
Maybe it'll be the one that I win the trip to with the band Haim and Emma Stone that I signed up to win.
Yeah.
So
right.
I might have signed up for a contest to win a trip to London to see the Spice Girls with Emma Stone and Haim.
That would be so badass.
Is basically what I just said.
Right. So the Spice World 2019 tour is set to start this month. Which, you know what? Our timing has been hilariously just
accurate.
Fucking convenient. We're like, oh yeah, no, we totally made flautas and fucking margaritas for release on Cinco de Mayo Day, and we totally planned that. Oh, I plan to do this as my kickoff for May because they're having the tour this month. No,
I plan to talk about dinosaurs.
It's blind fucking luck. That's all this is on 30ish.
We need to talk about dinosaurs when they're hatching everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So the Spice Girls have been credited with paving the way for the girl groups and female pop singers that have come after them. In the UK, they are credited for their massive commercial breakthrough in the previously male-dominated pop music scene.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So there are a bunch of girl groups and solo female artists that cite the Spice Girls as inspiration and influence, including the 15-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Adele, who credits the Spice Girls as a major influence in regard to her love and passion for music, stating that they made me what I am today. Which, coming from fucking Adele, ugh.
I love her.
Yeah, she's fucking phenomenal.
It was just her birthday the other day. She just turned 31.
I didn't know that.
And she's coming out with an album.
Well, is it going to be called 30ish?
Yes.
I hope so.
It's going to be called 31.
Oh, it still should be called 30ish. It'd be kind of funny. Because her one album was called 21.
All her album names are
her age. That's pretty cool.
26
That's
was the last
super
one.
fucking smart. I like it.
And then Taylor Swift copied her and was like, I'm going to do it
they
the
did?
year I was
she
born.
Did?
No, she didn't. I'm not trying to hate on Taylor Swift.
This is called Brie Batch Fest. That's what it's going to be called.
What?
I don't know what's happening,
Let's
but I
not
like
talk about Taylor Swift's Billboard Music Award performance.
Moving on.
# too soon.
My friend Sarah will hate that part, but that's okay. Okay, fun facts.
Sorry, Sarah.
So the video for Wannabe was shot in and there's a lot of fucking interesting facts out there. These are just a few that I thought were fascinating. So the video for Wannabe was shot in just one take.
What?
One take. On a cold night in London, which sounds like a weird, ominous way to open up a movie, but whatever. On a cold night in London. I don't know why they sound like an old man.
Do.
The record label executives hated the final product, but the girls stood their ground, refusing to do it again. And it went on to win an MTV Video Music Award in '97. So again,
good thing.
These girls really were they held executives' feet
and
to
they were
the
all
fire.
strangers.
And this is like and this is like I guess this was they did the music video after the hit went whatever. So I guess they did have some leeway at that point. So good for them. I mean, they really did walk the walk or walk their talk or something like that. They did something. Anyway,
they walked
a line. I don't know. So you know Jerry's Union Jack dress?
What?
Do you know like the dress that she would wear? It was like the Union Jack is the England flag.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Okay, so do you know
Yep, I that was the dress I was thinking of, but I was like, what's a Union Jack? Oh my! Well, learned something today. Literally didn't know that.
Well, there you go. Okay, so
God.
So you know what dress I'm talking about?
Yeah,
her iconic one.
Yeah,
so
her iconic Union Jack.
So Jerry's original dress for the 1997 Brit Awards was just plain black. It was like a plain black Gucci dress. So she thought it was too boring. So she sewed a Union Jack and a peace sign on it, making it the iconic dress we know today. It sold at an auction just 1 year later for almost $70,000. Yeah,
that's like,
I believe
she
actually
sewed on the shit.
Yeah, so I believe actually Hard Rock Cafe has that dress. So
I think they do too.
Yeah. So Jerry's original. Did you remember Planet Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I thought that was way cooler than fucking.
Yeah.
Hard Rock. I don't know if there's any more around, but I fucking loved eating there.
Also, there was a Planet Hollywood like video rental.
I don't know that.
Also.
No, that was Hollywood Video. Yeah. Hollywood Video.
Oh,
yeah, there it is.
You're right.
Yeah, I am.
You're right, fuck you, bitch.
So also, there's another one which I didn't know about this. A musical was created based on their songs, not on their life, but like not. But it was
what musical is this?
It was called,
I need to watch it.
It was called Viva Forever, and it was obviously critics fucking hated it. Not obviously, they just hated. Not obviously, but they hated it. Receiving some of the worst reviews of 2012. It was announced on the 2nd of May of 2013 that the show was to close on June 29th of 2013 after only 7 months with a loss of at least £5 million. Jennifer Saunders actually wrote and produced it.
Who's that?
Okay, have you ever watched Absolutely Fabulous?
Yeah.
It's Eddie.
Oh.
Yeah, so she wrote it, and because if you ever watched the later, which by the way, I fucking loved.
I've only seen that.
I loved Absolutely Fabulous. I watched it as a kid too. My parents got me into it, so that was good on you, parents.
Like a few times.
I thought it was hilarious. But later on, Saunders actually, her character like knows Emma Bunton, so she brings Emma Bunton in a lot, which is kind of hilarious to watch Emma just kind of act and everything else, and she's just kind of cute little Emma, and it's funny. But so Jennifer Saunders wrote, I think she might have wrote a book and then made it into a musical. And I think the premise is something like, it's about a girl who she goes into an audition. They go and make a it's like a bunch of her friends, and then she makes it through the audition and her friends don't. So it's about friendship and shit like that. So, but it was, but in all their songs are in it. So it's kind of based on their songs. But
I want to see that.
It closed after 7 months and at a loss. So, you know who one of their biggest fans was? Nelson Mandela. He was a fan of the Spice Girls and said that meeting them in 1997 was among his greatest moments in his life. He invited them to his 89th and 90th birthday parties, but they couldn't make it. But
You don't fucking not go to Nelson Mandela's birthday.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela, not Nelson Mandeli.
We're just knocking them out of the park, aren't we today, Brianna?
Rest in peace, Nelson.
Also, Queen Bee. She once covered a song from Victoria's solo album. Ironically enough, gave that bitch a voice. Resentment, which wound up on her 2006 album B-Day.
Oh, we're fucking Resentment?
Yeah, Resentment. So that is
a Victoria song?
That is a Victoria song. That is not Beyonce's song. So yeah, so she covered one of Victoria Beckham's songs.
Wow.
Okay, and then one of my last ones that I thought was pretty funny. So there are like a billion things that you can buy that had their fucking faces painted all over it. But
they have dildos.
No. That would be hilarious, but no. But here's probably the most ridiculous thing that I found. It was the Spice Girls pizza.
Oh, hell.
And it's a real thing because it's actually on Victoria Beckham's Instagram or Twitter. I can't remember which one she did it on, but like she's like, look what my mom found in like the back of her freezer, and it's one of their products. And so her mom must have like probably bought one of everything when in their heyday, of course. So it was a Spice Girls pizza, and essentially it was let me just read it off. So each box comprised of 5 mini pizzas, and each mini pizza was in the form of a letter that comprised of the word spice. It's pretty. We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna find that tweet. We're gonna put it on our Instagram to show you. It's because like the eye is broken, and it's so. And Victoria Beckham is like, oh my god, it's even better out of the box, and she's like laughing at herself. It's so funny. So here's what each of the girls had on each of their little mini pizzas.
Oh my god!
You ready?
Is it all different?
They're all different. It's all different. So. We'll start with Mel C's. So she was the S slice, and it had tuna and cheese. Emma's was the P, and it had ham and cheese. Jerry's was the I, it had chilies and cheese. And Mel B's was the C, it had spicy beef and cheese. And Victoria, her letter was E, and it had red onion and cheese. Just red onion and cheese.
All right. Tuna?
Yeah, that's disgusting. So.
Fuck are you guys doing? Great Britain? Great Britain.
So, the greatest of all Britons.
Greatest.
Yes.
Rihanna.
So, yeah. So those are my fun little whatever. This is my fun little pop culture whatever.
So I learned so much about the Spice Girls that I didn't know.
Which I didn't either, which I thought was pretty cool. A lot of their stuff, I had no idea, you know.
I didn't know they were such fucking, like, they were literally all about girl power. And
they really were. And
we're doing what we want.
I was really impressed at the fact that they really wrote a lot of their songs and everything. So
I'm really glad to hear that. And that we looked up to, like, I looked up to them so much, and they were actually fucking pretty legit, and they didn't like molest children or anything.
Nope, they sure didn't. Not a one.
Like they did that.
Nope.
I hope not.
No, they didn't.
Well, yeah.
So yeah. So that was my little
Spice Girls.
My little pop culture.
I want to find that picture. I guess I could Google it.
You could. That's
Spice
probably
Girls Pizza.
Yeah, Spice Girls Pizza.
I'm gonna do that. All right, I guess it's time to fucking roll the dice. Perfect.
5. Science. Sweet. All right. Have at it.
I guess I'll just roll. 3.
What is it? Is Is it 3?
Nope, it's 2.
Oh, good. Oh, crime. You haven't got to do a crime
I
yet.
haven't.
I'm excited.
Me too. I got a good one.
You did get a good one. Woo!
We all got good ones.
Yeah, we did get good ones.
I was saying I have a good thing in mind. My mind. Yeah.
Sweet.
I actually just wrote something down as well.
Good.
To talk about with crime.
So I'm excited.
All right, cool. Well, that was fun.
It was fun. You gonna give a shouty outy?
Yep. Shout out to our Instagram, y'all. Go follow us. Go tell your friends. Tell your friends to give us a listen.
Please.
If you like.
Yeah, if you no pressure.
No pressure.
But do it.
Also, tell us what you're thinking. Tell us if anything. Tell us how your day's going. That's fine. Also, just find us on Instagram, THURDYISH. Yeah.
The end.
And that's all she wrote.
Simpatico.
Yes. All right. Well, bye, y'all. Happy Mother's Day last week, I guess, is when this will air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.